Bing, bing, bing. Whoosh. Previously on Ace Attorney.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, she's gorgeous.
Oh, the tail.
Oh.
How could you, like, miss her?
Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land.
You disgust me. I know what people like you get up to, and I think it's disgusting.
Once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
Goodness. Oh my.
Today, we need a special kind of courage. Not the kind needed in battle, but a kind which makes us stand up for everything that we know is right, everything that is true and honest. We need the kind of courage that can withstand the subtle corruption of the cynics.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but
I don't understand, bitch. Don't understand. I don't understand, bitch.
NyanCave.
Very nice. Hi, hello, welcome.
How's it going?
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's what happened last time.
That's what happened last time. It was the entire stream. You don't even need to watch
You
it.
don't even, there we go.
And
And
then
now-
we drove off a cliff.
And then we drove off a cliff. And now
we
the thing
hung
is,
out there for a while.
I can now go, I don't understand, bitch. And now you will know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's exactly what
That's
happened.
exactly what happened.
We actually left on quite a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Time to find out what that burn really means.
Time to find out. Broop.
Find out what that burn really means. What does it mean to you? Hello, welcome.
I think it means that he's a bull.
Mm.
You know?
And if you don't understand, bitch, then leave a like on the video. You happy now?
Yeah.
Are you happy now?
Oh, yes, I am.
So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates the inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial.
Oh, shit. What?
Inextricable is a word that I didn't know I knew until I said it. And I was like,
Right.
damn.
So it's got to be like a steak, right? Can we look at the steak picture?
Yeah.
Does it have a...
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
He's a fan of the Chicago Bulls, just like I expected.
Damn it, they're just gonna say, oh, it's gonna be weird. Okay, because, hold on. Where is it? No, it's on his right hand. I mean,
Yeah.
it could have been that he just rested his hand on the plate.
hot plate because
it's
one of
on the
those,
right
like,
side.
It's those sizzle plates, you know what they...
Oh yeah, I don't... Not a skillet, but a skillet is served like that, but yeah, I don't know. I've had these before, and they're fun and all, but they're kind of inconvenient.
Yeah, when we used to get Stone Bowl from that one restaurant, like,
Yeah.
delicious, but boy, that Stone Bowl was...
And sometimes the oil is still like sizzling.
Oh,
up there,
yeah.
and it's like,
You gotta wait, or you're gonna get burnt.
I mean, yeah, I've got to... Hold on, let me take a look at this one too. No, it's covered
You can't
there.
see, yeah.
So I feel like they're going to say that he just burned himself while he was eating on the hot plate.
But he wasn't eating because he couldn't
He
eat,
couldn't eat.
because he went to the dentist.
Yeah, that's weird.
And wouldn't you notice a burn like that?
Oh, why didn't the music stop? The victim's burn is clearly related to this piece of evidence in the court
What
record.
did you throw?
Oh, I threw the picture.
Did you throw the picture?
Yeah, I threw the picture.
Then explain to the court in 5 words or less what the nature of that connection is.
Bull plate.
You picked the wrong picture.
Oh, did I?
Oh no.
Well, it's obviously,
Thank you. 5 highly illuminating words.
what?
As I suspected, the rookie student is bluffing. Again.
Ah! No!
You've been burned there yourself, Ryunosuke.
Ah, thank you. Sorry. I do feel like I've seen the shape of that burn somewhere else before, though.
Look through the court record again. Carefully this time.
Oh, yes, sir. I had to find some link between that burn and the case.
When you send your pics to the wrong person. I showed you my burn.
Bull. Showed you my bull.
Showed you my bull.
Oh, yeah. I sent this one.
Yeah.
Okay, oopsies.
Oopsie poopsie. Yes! That's just a warm-up.
Oh, what's this, counsel? And another print. Yes, Your Excellency. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at the scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
Do hurry up, rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further really would be quite inexcusable.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer, if you don't mind, Miss Barrett. Brett, my bad. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here, forevermore. Knock, knock, knocking. At... What is the something door?
Chamber?
Chamber door, yes.
Chamber door.
My chamber door. Knock, knock, knocking. Forevermore. What? How?
Objection! You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn?
Rapping at my chamber door. I want that with the raven saying rap god. Yes!
Yes!
The beefsteak.
Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on. The plate. Oh, yeah. Ah!
Your Excellency, are you all right?
As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Oh. The emblem on the plate and the victim's burn are exactly the same shape.
Ah!
Ryunosuke, you genius!
You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
Objection! But even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before, or the day before that. It most likely happened at some other unrelated time.
Well,
Objection!
Hello.
Sadly, prosecutor Ouchie, the chances of that are extremely slim.
Thanks.
Why?
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga?
I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
But...
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, just as the defense pointed out, which means that it would have happened after he died. Because, like, if you touched it, you would have went, ah, and then it would have been kind of weird, but...
Which is why I'm thinking they weakened at Bernie's this man.
This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then.
Bernie's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Bam, Bernie. I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I have not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of Le Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
But you're a detective, not a waiter! Yes!
Yes. There you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for a whole 3 seconds would scream out in pain. There's no question of that.
And yet Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream. Not on that day or any day before it.
Oh no. That's right. And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either.
What are you suggesting?
Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day... That would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream. I wonder if they're going to blame this on the anesthesia.
Oh.
Wouldn't you agree, Professor Ouchie?
Yes, I suppose.
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream?
I almost don't believe it. Ryunosuke, do you think...
No, I don't think. I just do. Can it really be true? I never dreamed we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap.
This song is so good.
There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he'd suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson... Oh.
Was already dead! We weakened in Bernie's! Oh.
Was asleep.
Obviously.
Yes, the professor, with his tendency to nod off, was asleep when his hands fell into the piping hot plate and didn't even notice the burn happen.
You didn't even know the professor, and yet here you are labeling him as a dim-witted dozer.
Huh?
How about I hold your wrist onto a hot plate and see if you can sleep through it? Perhaps the scream you let out will wake you up a bit.
Well, it's nice that there's this frankness developing between us, partner.
Don't call me partner after coming out with nonsense like that.
Ooh.
This is a critical moment. It very well may be our only chance to turn things in our favor. With you! So come on, Ryunosuke. You can do it. Or rather, you have to do it. You're the only one who can.
By the way, I'm not doing this to be funny. I'm doing it so that Kazuma threatens me. There's only one explanation I can think of, other than that one I just did, that makes sense of this apparent impossibility.
It seems your sword is caught in your pants pocket.
Nah, it's fine. Was already deceased. No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible. Apart from... in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting... Yes. It's only possible if the man was already dead.
Already...
Dead? Knowing what we know, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead.
That's madness!
Order! Order! Order, please, counsel. Explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot.
That's right! That's absolutely right, Your Excellency! This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp on the facts!
Objection! No, Prosecutor Ouchie. It is you who has no grasp on the facts.
I beg your pardon?
As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it is true, as we now believe that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it is highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. Smirk?
Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement.
But Your Excellency!
The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I'm prepared to pass judgment.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
What was that smile?
Yes, of course. I mean... Now, do I do a British accent for this, or do I just do no accent? I'd be delighted to help. Especially if it helps relations between my country and yours.
Miss Brett, you speak Japanese?
Well, of course I do. I'm studying in your country after all.
Should almost, like, fill in the English with Japanese. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now?
My mother tongue. The Queen's English is the most refined and elegant language in the world.
Joe-sama's Nihongo?
Yeah. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. But it seems the men of this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of the English gentleman. So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your level.
Oh, well, you are the epitome of a true English gentlewoman. We are truly honored by this lavish consideration you so graciously afford us.
I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words.
Why do you have to hate what you don't understand?
Well, the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson.
So we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Ryunosuke.
The victim's death.
Unfortunately, I have no idea that the poor man burnt his wrist like that. It's getting intenser. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report shows no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot.
I don't know why, but this music, all I can think of is spin for some reason. The music spins.
If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway.
Well, that most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down into the Supreme Court's history. Thank you. Really? Really?
Wow.
Really? Easy does it.
I
hope that is the last time I'll have to sully my lips with the coarse
Oh my
tones of your
God.
unbecoming tongue.
Oh my god. Lock her up.
Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone.
This bish.
Oh, not at all, not at all. It is a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady. Oh, and it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant.
You know what isn't irrelevant? Those couple things you're gonna play.
Oh, well. Let's see what they are. Agentum! Thank you for becoming one of us.
Thank you.
Agentum.
I think we're really close to 500 again.
We are.
So thank you.
If he dozed off and got a bull-shaped burn mark, does that make him a bulldozer?
Hey, Armiton! Bulldozer. That's nice. That should have been his name.
Man, that guy is a kiss-up. I am think his goes down his line.
Kingdom Hearts Slayer! Yeah, who knew that was genetic? But, you know, stranger things, I guess. Thank you, Kingdom Hearts Slayer!
I don't remember that from the thing.
It's always so hard when there's things without context. You just
I
never know.
I don't. I know it's just a reference, John, but I just don't want to play it. I just don't want to like.
In these tumultuous times that which the world is in. Thank you, John.
I'll be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what just happened here this day. Day.
Oh God. Oh no. She's a Karen.
The Minister of Justice? May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen.
Huh? Thanks? Was that a prayer then?
Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with the cross-examination now. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Wow.
Get it together.
We have awoken. Psh. Yes, Your Excellency. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. You want to play?
Yeah.
Wow, this race is Stasrude BITCH.
Cyber Saiyan!
It's pretty bad.
It's 1899,
Mm-hmm.
and people haven't discovered that it's irrelevant. Racistness is bad.
But this hand was on Searing Hot Plate for at least 3 whole seconds. You can't have not noticed.
Do you think so? Let me ask you something.
Huh?
Ever since I arrived at this courtroom, and even still now, the fly on those unsightly black trousers of yours has been wide open. You can't have not noticed, can you?
Huh? What?
Oh! What fun! You hadn't realized. The dear lady is absolutely right.
As your friend, you've embarrassed me as well as yourself, Ryunosuke.
Don't act like you didn't notice. You just didn't tell me.
You just didn't say anything.
Why didn't you tell me?
Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brains imagine such a thing?
I just noticed that her mask clips through her nose, I think, when she brings it up.
Does it?
I think so.
Oh, yes. I think my tiny brain can. Tell me more about how tiny my brain is.
Well, I can't!
Anyway,
Now you want to play a thing?
sure.
I'll admit was doing some late night listening and realized I prefer the Allegro cross-examination theme at 1.05x or 1.1x speed. Just that little extra tempo really brings it all together. Still good tone.
Nice.
Angriest! Yeah. Is that this one?
Can you do
This
that on
one-
Spotify, I wonder?
Right. Oh.
Like speed up music? I've never tried. That's neat, though. Thanks.
Yes!
Can I slap her? Please, just one little slap.
Emery!
Thank you.
Oh, we're gonna slap her with the law.
Ooh.
With the law, Emery!
As you testified before, you were drinking carbonated water, is that right?
Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at that time, if you remember, which explains why he ordered that drink. Correct, waiter?
Exactly as you say, sir. Although,
Although,
whether or not the professor actually drank any of the water when I delivered the steak to the table. Do it on YouTube. Oh, yeah. I'm afraid I don't remember that.
damn you. I have enough English to understand that at least. For the benefit of the others in the court, it means bless you.
I think it means the exact opposite.
Anyway, as far as I've heard, the post-mortem report shows no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. Yes!
Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhage from ballistic trauma.
Yes. Luckily for all of us, a little burn on the wrist isn't going to kill us. As there was no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death. It can only have been a bullet from your gun that put an end to this innocent man's life.
But that doesn't make sense. The burn must have happened straight away, when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter.
Yes, that's true. If it had cooled even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make a burn like that.
And if the victim burnt his wrist on the hot plate as soon as it was brought out from the kitchen, then he must have already been dead at that point.
And yet, the fact that the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest still remains. Until you're able to show the court evidence to disprove that, this is a complete waste of time.
I concur. Prosecutor Ouchie is right.
If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. Yes!
Without leaving a trace.
If someone is shot or strangled or stabbed or thrown from a height, however a person's life is taken, there is always a telltale trace within the body. Quite right, dear lady. As our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosonaga?
As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation. There would be physical traces with all those causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark.
Poison! If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think Professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it? Oh no! Perish the thought! Calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question! Oh, on my honor, I, Taketsuchi Ouchi, will cut down any who dare cast such aspirations!
A way of killing someone that leaves no trace.
We need some evidence to back us up here.
Yes, evidence.
But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway.
You know what we could do for a temporary emote for this game?
What?
I don't know if yes is going to be through the whole game or if it's going to change, but you could take the yes cutout,
Yeah.
and then we could have that as an emote.
Just yes.
Yes.
Nice.
And then whenever he says it, people in chat can say it if they so choose.
They can yes.
Yes. You can yes along with us.
Yes.
So I see a lot of yes going on. Inferior? What do you mean by that?
In the lands of the Great British Empire, the police store everything found at a crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once, and then that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Quite right. Le Carnaval is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident. Exactly. Which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost.
I would like to move over there.
Yeah.
I kind of remember something similar from the Layton.
Yeah, Professor
crossover.
Professor V. Yeah.
It doesn't even occur to your naive detectives to try to preserve the crime scene.
Naga.
Trying to be as tactful as I can about this, you understand?
I am so fucked up. The thought bubble and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so fucked up.
A killer blow. The lady is as formidable as she is beautiful.
Amazing. Oh.
Oh. He's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps our prosecutor Ouchie is finally starting to see sense.
I very much doubt that.
Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right.
Oh, thanks, Angry. What do you think? What do you know, Skay?
I think it's going terribly. Quick, stop for time and play some things.
Okie doke.
I'm gonna slap you Uno Sukes cheeks. Heh?
Monadoof! Is that a simp? Is that a simp? Thank you, Monadoof!
Just like how Pain simps Stalia, or Chi simps Brett. Even over 100 years, the family resemblance is strong.
Dura! I guess it's genetics. You know?
No, maybe.
Thank
She
you.
definitely reminded me of Dahlia, though.
Yeah.
Feels like that all over again.
I like how Scarlet Study and Official made readable handwrite on English we're supposed to be able to read, as opposed to big English letters.
Mmm.
Blood Kitten! Thank you for like the... Damn. Very fun.
Ryunosuke is Japanese Seymour Skinner, yes.
Yes.
Yes! Yes.
Do you think you'd be able to quickly upload that, yes or no?
I wouldn't be able to do anything to it. It would be just as it is.
Oh, yeah, okay. Unless I just wonder if it's transparent or not.
I haven't looked at it.
Oh, might be.
Yes, but it's not square, so it might get cropped weirdly.
You want to give it a shot? If it does, then we can just leave it.
Sure. Let me just play this and get things going now.
Sure.
Oh, shoot.
Before we upload the emote. Hey, T! What up?
Thank you for being a golden waffle.
Thank you. And welcome. It's okay, GD. We can change it
Or
later
she
if it
simps
changes.
for Brett almost as much as chat simps for Kazuma. And yes, I am calling myself out as well.
Cyber Saiyan! Thank you!
Her look is on point. Her, everything else, though.
Yeah. She's got
Everything else.
fashion.
And sentence.
And,
No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Sorry,
Yes.
I was just gonna...
As I suspected, she's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over.
But that would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor. Kazuma?
What, Ryunosuke?
There is one thing I noticed. Something that's been bothering me.
Bothering you? You mean, about Miss Brett?
Actually, no. About the person standing next to her. Inspector Hosonaga.
The detective?
Yes. He seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant. If it might present an opening, maybe.
All right, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time.
Oh. If you think so, but
this time, instead of targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective.
all right then. I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Once I press Miss Brett in her last statement again.
Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that.
Yes!
Superior, what do you mean by that?
Right, la 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 la. Ah, wait.
Wait.
Do you just use, like, left and right on the D-pad?
I'm trying everything. I'm gonna go ahead one more. There it is. Yes! There it is again! The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why?
Up until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity.
What do you mean?
When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, they'll find they often let their guard down.
You're right. Look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts.
It's time to pursue the man in his train of thought.
Huh? Sorry? Pursue?
I'll explain how to do it now, Ryunosuke. It's all to do with the witness marker.
What marker?
At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making the current statement. But by moving the marker to the left and the right with the D-pad, you can turn your attention to the other people in the stand. While you're looking at the other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with A. If you can catch the person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. Pursue and peruse. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people in the stand, take a good look around.
All right then, so first I move the marker across with left and right and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with A. See what's on his mind. Here we go.
Exactly. Which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, the vital evidence may be lost.
Wait. Hello. Oh. Oh, that's neat.
Excuse me!
Excuse me!
Excuse me!
There it is! It exists! Excuse me! Excuse me! Excuse me! That makes way more sense. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to shock you. He really is lost in his thoughts. Deeply.
It looked like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say.
If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Objection! What is the meaning of this? It's the delightful Englishwoman who's testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately.
Oh, is that how it works?
Absolutely not.
Huh?
The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness.
Yes, not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved with the case. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Do you have something to add in relation to the statement made by Miss Brett? Well, yes. If you don't mind, I would like to speak. A word from our sponsors.
I'm making myself play only on stream because I never enjoy replaying this kind of game.
No.
If only you could forget them to replay fresh.
Ellingale! You know
yeah.
what? It's nice
There are quite a
not
few games I'd
remembering a
wanna
lot
do
of
that.
things. Right?
That's
So many
okay,
things
Angry.
you'd do over again. Thank you, Ellingale.
I'm already so obsessed with this game and also Hosonaga. It's nice to see a character like him who isn't a villain, just one-track minded.
He's got justice on the brain.
Catherine! Yeah, not bad guy.
No, I like his look.
He's good. He's very good.
Also, while many games are guilty of this, the AA fourth wall tutorials are a riot. Press R. What's R? You don't see floating buttons?
Ellingale!
That's how this works.
Hey, just use the D-pad.
Huh?
What's a D-pad?
Was it able to be uploaded or no?
No, the aspect ratio is wrong.
Oh, okay. Next time. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain, which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga, always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. God damn it. I
He's a
love that
hero.
so much.
He's a hero.
He's the hero we need. Look at this man. Ugh.
Really sad about consumption.
A crime scene thief.
Well, it looks like the lady's remark touched a nerve there.
Take this, for example. Is that... This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took from the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all of its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there's some left in the bottle. I can see it. One day, our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming. I guarantee it. I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. The court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. Do-do-do-do. You're so screwed.
So screwed.
Miss Brett, can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death?
Yes, it was that bottle.
Oh. What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. Very well. Counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his, fervor.
Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burned his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our, as far as I've heard, the post-mortem. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please, do show me.
Oh, I don't want to present. I just want to examine. I guess I have no choice.
Oh, the label, I guess.
The label's written in a foreign language I don't recognize. Do you know what it says, Kazuma?
I think it's French. This must be very expensive water.
Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking.
Then go to France and ask.
You could just say that you don't know. Ah. Wait. Oh, it
wait,
is.
Is that the liquid? Yeah.
So this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had.
It looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water now.
You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going.
No, Ryunosuke! You can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go around drinking evidence.
Oh, no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we?
You never cease to amaze me, Ryunosuke, in more ways than one.
I wonder... Could there be anything in this water?
What's the matter? You've gone quiet all of a sudden.
I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility.
Ho, 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 it's...
bum.
She's a spider. A spider. Yes!
Yes! What is this? The bottle of water. Actually, there's one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison.
Poison?
On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died from taking a sip from his glass? Order! Order! And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who possibly could have done it. Giselle Brett, it was you.
Objection! This is outrageous! To suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence! You rookie imbecile! Have you ever even considered the delicate situation our country finds itself now in? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? We've only just signed the Accord of Friendship with the British Empire! Have you even the vaguest inkling of what your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty?
Objection! This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime.
What?
The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We're here to determine the truth.
If
I may.
I will silence you forever for this.
Oh!
It is you who should be silent.
Amazing.
Of course.
Can't replay that, can you? No.
Shut up!
I could just, you know how like in court usually there's someone who keeps a court record or whatever. I could just imagine like that happening, them just being like, and then just typing away.
Dear lady!
They have special keyboards that let them type really fast.
Oh, cool. Where did that come from? She just snapped.
I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies.
I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referring?
I described your police force as inferior, but no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not.
Of course. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And? What did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. And we could find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency.
What? Are you sure?
The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. Oh. No!
very grateful to all you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you.
Oh, but of course, dear lady. The pleasure was all ours.
I was so sure.
This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned.
Thank you, Thank you, Counsel. I think that cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution have asserted, a shot to the chest from the gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. I'm done for. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Brett.
Oh no, I'm just glad the matter is resolved.
Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further new evidence to present the court at this point? Kazuma?
I'm sorry, Rinosuke. I have nothing more.
Forevermore?
Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
Hold it!
Oh, hello! Yay!
Just in time.
Le cavalry hath arrived. Ooh.
Please, wait.
Isn't that... What is the meaning of this?
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense.
Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning.
I have goosebumps.
And in her hand, she carried a small package wrapped in a furoshiki cloth.
We're always just shy. Has it been 40 minutes again?
Yeah, it's been almost an hour.
It's been like 40 minutes. Oh, almost an hour, yeah.
Ooh. Susato!
Susato!
Kazuma! Ryunosuke.
Rinosuke!
Ooh. Ooh. Wow. A 3-part tutorial trial.
It's a really strong first trial.
Take notes, butts. Do you think we'll get ye old butts at some point?
I hope we get ancient butts.
Ancient butts. Wow. I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why this sudden ingress in my courtroom?
A judicial assistant and a woman, no less. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify.
Oh.
You know what ladies love? Being called females.
Oh.
Yes, I fully understand. I only ask for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense.
Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I'll not allow a moment more.
But, Your Excellency!
I'm most grateful.
Hi. Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now.
What is this? A report about something? Written in English.
It's Giselle Brett's research.
Oh, the Englishwoman's.
After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this piece of paper.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? I forgot I was him.
So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh. No, of course not.
Special characteristics of curare, curare, and its effect on human subjects. Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, no. Curare? Curare? What's that? I've never heard that word before. Me neither.
Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom.
There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could in a note just inside the cover.
Amazing. Do you want to play a couple notes?
Yeah.
From
here's what the note said.
Viewers?
I was late, so I was catching up via 1.5x speed and jamming to the up-tempo beats. Truly great. Also, kudos to Hosonaga, an actual great guy.
Nick! What a good boy. What a good boy. Curare?
Curare?
Curare? He's really good so far. I'm excited to see if he's more prevalent.
Curare?
STFU.
Angry! She really do it to him like that, eh?
Thank you. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eyes over it.
This is wonderful. Thank you. Gisele's report has been entered into the court record.
Goodbye then, and good luck.
Google says that's how it is. You've had long enough, counsel. We cannot detain our English guests any longer. I ask the prosecution and the defense now, one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to this court? I presume not, but...
The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency.
Rinosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance.
Yeah, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence that it's going to look at right now. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Affects instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Minute and minute. English why?
Why, right?
Route of entry? Route of entry? Who knows? The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Practical applications. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full-body paralysis must be found first, or patients would die of suffocation.
No breathing.
That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett.
Yes, Your Excellency.
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you would grace us with your presence a little longer.
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I'll have to politely
Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask that you treat this as an order.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? It's funny they make you pick it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play a couple things?
I do.
Someone casted Curaga the highest tier of cure.
John! John! Ooh, turns out he was undead and it did fatal damage.
Oh, or he was already.
Or he was already. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Curare, rar if Brian fucks it up lol.
Angry!
Curare.
Curare. And then Godzilla's,
One more.
let's see what Godzilla did. Godzilla did this.
Kurari.
Oh,
Curare.
Curare.
Curare. Thank you, everyone!
Thank you. Yes. Miss Giselle Brett, we understand that you were studying under Dr. Wilson at UMA University, doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison.
What?
Poison? Where are you going with this, Council?
A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection! What complete and utter nonsense? Curare, you say? I've never even heard of it.
You wouldn't have done.
What do you mean?
I mean, you wouldn't have been able to hear about curare before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country.
GG. Could it have been couscous poison?
The poison for Cusco.
Yeah.
Cusco's
poison. The poison designed specifically for Cusco. That poison.
Yes, that poison!
It doesn't exist. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify curare. Curare. Why? Oh yeah, it's all coming together. God, that's a soundbite I need. Where's my pen?
I got a big pen if you want a big pen.
I got a pencil.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. Order! Order! Council, does this deadly poison truly exist?
According to this report, authored by the visiting research student from England, curare has been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows.
I was just like going through the papers.
It seems that it is reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection! Trumpery! These aspersions are utter trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and other diners would have surely noticed.
That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain.
According to this, however, it's the other way around.
What do you mean, the other way around?
The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used.
Explain yourself, Counsel.
The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all.
Huh. Terrible.
Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed.
But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death.
The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail.
Respiration.
In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation, no breathing. All the while the victim's unconscious and aware, unable to move.
That's hideous.
To the observer, it would look almost as if the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly curare poison.
And you're suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison.
Objection! This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing? Oh, what a happy tale for the defense!
If I may.
Oh, it's coming.
All these facts you think you're so
There it is.
It is you who must be taught.
Of course. My lady!
So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it?
What?
You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act.
Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual.
Whatever do you mean?
Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
He said it.
Objection! Enough of this! I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules.
What's so funny?
Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett.
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please?
Well, yes, I don't see, why not? Is she gonna drink it? Uh-oh. Ooh, water effects. Nice pour.
Think they're mocap?
Probably mocapped, yeah.
Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys.
Sorry?
To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers.
Wait, what are you doing?
No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair.
Damn.
Goodness! Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned.
So, no curare. The bottle was clean, is what you're saying.
Oh, you look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth.
Such a great, pose in motion. Just,
So good. Like, looking down your nose.
yeah.
Oh,
Ugh.
Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett.
I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time. The furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with the assistance you have given.
This doesn't make sense. There has to have been a poison in that bottle. How? How did she...
Oh.
How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it.
I do.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London.
There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water
Contains
no poison. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle.
What? Why, Ryunosuke?
Isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, she'd be dead by now.
Sometimes your unadulterated naivety really astounds me. But sometimes it's in need of a good staining. Until it's as dark as your uniform in the ways of the world.
Oh, is that what this color is supposed to represent? That was guileless ending to a promising line of inquiry, Counsel. Which now you be penalized. Damn it! I thought it was the glass that she took.
I thought it was the glass too.
This whole trial is poisoned. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there?
Maybe it has a half-life?
Oh, maybe. Also, the thing said like blow dart and that kind of stuff.
Right?
I mean, obviously we have one answer left. I just want to see what I missed.
Yeah, incapacitate their prey, subsequent death. Maybe it has to, go through a wound, which is why she had to give him the burn. Because maybe it is... if it's a bloodstream thing, perhaps, instead of like a...
Yeah. Be a terrible time if she had like an ulcer or something. Oops. Contains poison. The culprit did put karate poison in Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position.
You're serious?
Fool! Are you blind? There is no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw.
Misbet drinking the water from it?
That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think.
And I believe that complication can be explained.
How exactly?
I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be.
Well, he must have got the burn when he was already paralyzed, though.
Yeah. Very well, if the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume this supposedly poisoned water unscathed? Oh my god. I just want to take a look at this one more time. Confidence save? Yeah, totally.
Because I kind of want to throw the notes back and be like,
I know.
it needs to be through a wound.
I'm pretty sure it lets us retry from like the point that we fail anyway, if it's like the other games, but it's always nice to save. Yeah, because it's either like 1, the report, or 2, the picture of the glass. However, I'm assuming the glass is wrong, because we assert that there is poison in the bottle, so that doesn't add up.
No, it could be the glass.
Okay.
Because he had dental surgery, and it could have entered through the wounds in his dental surgery.
Oh, you are correct, because he had a tooth extracted.
Yes.
But do we do the report first or the medical?
That's the question.
Yeah. I can't skip this.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Maybe, yeah. Girl's got to be real confident about the shape of her gums.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't floss, maybe.
So, what explains how the witness was able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed? I'm gonna go with the medical report card first.
Well, wait. Yeah, the question is like, yeah, medical report or her report.
You know what? Maybe the report. Let's go with the report. Because the
it's
report
about
says, yeah, the report says that it needs to enter through a wound. I'm gonna go for it.
If you hold down the button, it skips.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
That's not a valid explanation.
No?
After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle?
You can check the court record still, yeah, thank goodness.
Synopsis, special characteristics.
Yes,
Yeah.
special characteristics. Haha!
Characteristics. Special characteristics.
Woohoo! A game is afoot. Oh, it's enjoyable.
Ooh. We've been hearing a lot about this Kurari poison. I want to do it one way. And it's left me curious about something. Counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat.
Get to the point, please.
But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean that there'd be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat?
Yes, good point.
So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Q. Good gracious. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? Oh, I see. Yes, that makes sense. Yes. The mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever.
What?
Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew the curare's special characteristics. You knew! And that would, you can make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself.
You meddling little.
Oh, it's alive!
Rapscallion!
Ooh.
Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be.
Really? Me? Oh, a lawyer.
Objection! All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure, but I fail to see how it
So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly.
What are you trying to say?
Your schoolboyish logic is a fatal flaw.
Schoolboyish?
Flaw.
As even your brain has managed to deduce, curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? You want to play a couple things? Sorry, it's been a little while. I've just been On a roll.
I know.
An actually competent judge? In an Ace Attorney game? What is this madness?
Cyber Saiyan, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's refreshing. This judge is great. I love this judge.
Yeah. And this one is spoilers to a previous Ace Attorney game. So close your eyes if you haven't seen them, I guess.
Close your eyes and ears if you're not prepared to be spoiled on previous Ace Attorney games.
And just in general, do try to, keep talking about their games to a minimum.
Yeah, try to keep talking. Do you want me to play it or do you want me to edit it?
Yeah, you know what? Edit it.
Okay, we'll do an edit. We'll do an edit.
I don't know if the super chat went through. I missed it.
Yeah, I think it did. Dura! Remember when Mia found out a character by daring them to eat poisoned medicine that the character was claiming to not be poisoned? Brett did her one better.
Brett did it one better.
Brett did. Thank you, Dura!
Right pointing finger, angry face, left pointing finger, think you know think. There must have been poison in the bottle.
Think!
Angry! Thank you, Angry.
So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he?
Oh, but he would have.
That's right.
Good gracious.
That's basic science, bitch. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No?
So desperate. Order! Order in the court! Order! Logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would have been affected the same way.
Are you trying to suggest?
Yes, this curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial.
That's right! Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that.
The wings on that mask.
What is this welling up inside of me? I've never felt anything like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Woo! Hey!
Yeah! He said it!
Oh. I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett.
How dare you use that tone with me?
You know very well that there was no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, you must provide compelling evidence. As we now know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curare?
The medical report card!
Take that!
Oh, take that! As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference. The toxic effects of curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water?
Inside?
Yes. Like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Oh! Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day.
So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate all this.
Is she laughing?
I I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are so puerile.
What? What do you mean?
Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough.
Oh! Is she gonna drink the rest of it or smash it?
You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it.
Hosonaga, do something! No.
I mean, it could just slip. Oop. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed.
No. No!
What is it? What just happened?
She just smashed the bottle.
And in the Supreme Court, what a terrible blunder.
Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as you possible. At once!
You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You'll have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it.
How could you? Okay, hear me out. Punch her in the gut and eject what's left of her stomach out. You won't get away with this!
You can thump the bench and shout as much as you'd like, little boy, but I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not.
You.
And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution?
Oh, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady.
Why are you okay with this after all that's happened? I thought even you would be like, damn, that's fucked up. But no, through to the end.
That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front was this little schoolboy.
Objection! No! You killed the victim that day, using curare! And then, in order to frame Ryosuke Naruto, you planted a gun. You waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime.
Oh, what wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence.
Exactly! And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. Sorry, I took a bite of a granola bar because I was feeling a hunger. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruto.
This is unbelievable. How could this be happening? We had her. But now is she really gonna get away with this? The way she destroyed evidence was obscene.
Ryunosuke.
I'm surprised that Hosonaga, just being so, flawless investigation and stuff, I don't know, didn't right? He kind of is, but he's just frozen. Yes?
We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it.
What? What do you mean?
We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So, if there are any other clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head.
In my head?
You told me before that your powers of observation were the only thing you could really depend on.
Okay, if it's not logic dive, is it observation
station? Observation station.
Observation.
Obfuscation?
Oh. Well, yes, that's true, but But I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head.
So think back now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell.
What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Nah, I don't think so. There's a clue. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue.
Haha. Oh, you always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then! Let's wipe the smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence!
All right, I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while now that something feels amiss in the memories of that day. Whatever it is that could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this.
That word means bothering, by the way.
Oh, of course.
I first heard it when I was hopped up on morphine after going to the hospital, and the doctor's like, tell me about your pain. And I'm like, I don't think you can say that word.
Mm.
I don't know what it means.
It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... yeah, that's not gonna light up.
Take that!
Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yes? What is it? He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection! Wait a minute! Where are you going? Where are you going with this little boy?
It's just a memory that's been troubling me.
What memory?
I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate for that steak was served on, there was a spattering of blood.
What?
Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously that must have happened when you shot the professor.
No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him.
Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite to the professor, as you were. Jezebel Brett.
I beg your pardon!
This is beyond ridiculous! Fabricated nonsense! Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Oh. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate in the interests of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it.
You did what?
I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice.
What a man!
And then on the way out, I took someone's nachos in the name of hunger. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now! Justice. Inspector. The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately.
Yes, sir!
Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't!
Quickly, Inspector, the blood man! Show the court! Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure.
Oh! No.
No blood. No blood anywhere. But no. That's impossible! I know I saw it, I'm sure of it! It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate.
Oh, what an unbecoming expression, little boy! You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you.
I couldn't agree more in the case of this disgraces to the Empire.
I believe we may have finally reached a conclusion in this trial.
Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over.
Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest.
The plate of steak has been entered into the court record. Was the plate I saw, or thought I saw, just a figment of my imagination? This is it now. This is it now. I've lost.
Ryunosuke, it's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what.
Believe in myself. Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. Chomp, chomp.
Oh!
Huh? What in the world is this?
I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe.
No, I don't mean what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? He took the steak. He took the steak. And he took the steak. Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban?
Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable.
This isn't the first time today there's been talk of a Hoei Koban.
I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of a bullion in a bouillon in a bullion.
Amazing. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... just to see what the text is. Whee. This emblem on the side of the plate. Is it a cat?
It's a cow, obviously. It's most likely because the restaurant signature dish is beef steak. It seems a lot of different restaurants have their own unique tableware.
So this is the symbol of La Carnival, is it?
What's on the bottom? Probably nothing. Yeah.
As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of the evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? Do you want to play a couple of these?
Sure.
Me, do you think she only has one bird on her hat because there can only be swan? Chat, oh go jump in a lake. Me, Swan Lake Mwaha.
Swan dive.
False.
Do a swan dive. Dark iron! Thank you.
Wow, they raised the stakes so much a coin was under it.
Hey, hey, dark
Stakes
iron.
have been raised.
Oh, sure.
Is that a golden ticket? You can go to the chocolate factory. Yeah. Wonka is gonna need a lawyer for that death trap factory anyway.
Buy
Thanks,
a woman!
It's true.
Or if you find it under the meat, you have to go to the meat factory, which is a lot less charming and enchanting.
That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There's another clue. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak.
Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial.
I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you are alluding. Where precisely on this beefsteak is the new clue to be found?
It's under the steak. We made a mistake.
Well,
It's time to break. UMass.
huh? What in the world is this?
I think it's a Koban coin, and the hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe.
Yeah, even holding it isn't too fast.
A bullion on a bullion. From the juices. The steaky juices. Steaky juices.
Must need to enable the skip feature. Yeah, I thought it said it would skip text that was already read.
What's a bullion? It's when gold. Like you store gold into bullion.
Text skip turned off. Skips red text. It also skips text if turned on. Yeah, I don't have it set to skip on red text. Good. Good gracious, that's...
A callback?
What on earth?
a Hoei era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, isn't it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
What a ridiculous question! How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life! I don't know what it is, but I want no part of it!
Objection! I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in the moment of his distraction.
Objection!
Don't be absurd! We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath a piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now.
He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency.
Yes, Counsel.
A rare Hoei Koban that just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now.
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant.
Even though I'm the one on trial here? The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that stake.
The owner.
Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it could belong to. Oh my god. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is... Well, I mean...
He was, yeah.
I mean, you know, if you stole it, would he be the owner then, or...
Right?
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, Kiryo Korekta-san.
Curie, as in Mr. Cucumber something. Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable.
Really? When you have Mr. Benedict Cucumber?
Yeah, right.
Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct?
Yes, Your Excellency.
I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoei era Koban, my prized coin.
Oh, then this Hoei era Koban. Do you mean to tell me?
No, please, why would Korekta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense!
Which is why I'm asking to bring Korekta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay.
Damn! This trial just won't end.
I know.
I can't believe we've come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find out that it's a key element in the case.
Well, it makes sense. Because that's... And I think it's the wrong plate.
What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves!
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear fault with witness. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice. A worthless, withered antique. Nothing more I have to say. The sun is set on this Rasute shop's owner's existence.
Could someone maybe take that from him?
Be that as it may, Korekta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves, have you ever seen this?
The foot!
Yes, that's it! That's the one! That's the very one! The very exact one that it is!
I knew something bad was gonna happen.
The baby!
Also the baby, too.
The resplendent, splendiferous Hoei treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day.
It can't be.
Amazing. As I thought.
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere.
We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices.
Joking? Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my homemade treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Oh, such an unconscionable thing!
Bingo, got it.
Thanks.
Excuse me. Could I say something?
Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga.
I mentioned this earlier on the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation, yes.
Le Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts, targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau.
Wicked crimes indeed.
We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected.
So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it?
Yes. I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief.
So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already a scene of several crimes, it seems.
I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korekta-san's Koban is all too clear.
What?
What?
I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us who the despicable scoundrel that stole the Korekta-san's Koban and hid it under the steak.
Where's the baby?
Yeah, where's the baby?
I really am hoping for a boss baby moment where the baby's like,
Yeah, I was the one. I took the coin. Milk isn't cheap, you know.
Puts on a monocle and lights a cigar.
hell yeah.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be you! Sergeant, I say no, oh no, wait. No.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
What? How? How dare you, beast!
Beast? Oh, how dare you?
Dare you? Beast!
I stole that Koban, did I? If I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Ido. Ido's the mastermind behind all of this.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Wrap it up. Case closed.
The baby done did it.
Honestly, we could go for a few minutes, but I just straight up want to just end it on that. This is like the perfect cliffhanger. This is the greatest moment to stop.
Okay. Yeah.
The baby.
The baby.
It was the baby.
You wanna end it over?
Yeah. That's right. So we're not finishing this case today, that's for sure.
We're not. We didn't even finish that sentence.
It was the baby.
And you got to find out Sunday.
Oh wow! Sunday so far.
Yeah.
Oh.
But tomorrow we have Tales of Berseria, which is amazing.
This is the trial that never ends. It goes on and on, my defense.
Cyber Sin! It just goes on and on. My defense. Some people started giving birth to babies that are thieves, and they'll continue.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Sunday. This is also a great thumbnail bait for Nyanny, so.
So good. I just gotta remember.
Sunday. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, this case is long, but that's cool.
Raffle day tomorrow.
Yeah, and raffle day tomorrow. So if you've been collecting waffles and you have at least 100,000, you can enter in a raffle to win many amazing prizes that are happening beside me. Oops, sorry. I need this.
Tried to touch my junk.
It's really, really fun. Really, really interesting first case, especially. It's going to be very interesting to see how this story goes. Later, Catherine. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I've been going through a lot of my old magic cards and stuff, talking about little treasures, and I'm shocked at like how much some of those cards cost these days. I've been playing for like so many years, so some of the cards are really old. But I also found like some old, like really old Yu-Gi-Oh starters, and I had 3 blue eyes white dragons, and I thought they'd be worthless, but apparently they might, because there's so many reprints of it. It's crazy, but they're like the original. Well, there's 2 different kinds, I guess. There's the original like Kaiba ones from the starter decks, like way back in the day, and then I got this like weird limited edition one. So yeah, neat. So I don't know, I have to see, but I think they're worth a little bit. That's fun. Just going through old stuff. I remember being a kid.
Blue eyes, white dragon.
Yeah, we got some really, really neat cards and stuff though. There's a cool little apps where you can like scan the card and it tells you, well, not like fully accurately, but it'll tell you what the card might be, which is neat.
I'm gonna play this.
This is for Jezail Karen Brett, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch. Oompa Loompa trifling fake Haru milady racist bitch ass hoe.
Dang.
Wild card. Thank you for, this is for my weekly This Is For Rachel reference that I needed. This is for Rachel. I love This Is For Rachel. Girl went off. So good.
Yeah, sorry to end it a couple minutes early, but I can't resist the
You can't you can't resist literally.
Ido is the mastermind behind all of this.
Baby! Dad, why could you sell me out? It was Mom's last wish that we become the Phantom Thieves of Japan. Father, I believed in you.
No, you can't.
Father, please!
Yeah, Sunday though, very cool. I hope to see you there. And Saturday we're going to be on Twitch looking at the subreddit and maybe watching some other stuff too, depending on how much time we have. So
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope to see you around.
Yeah, either at Neo Tui or tomorrow at Bizarria for the raffle stream, or on Saturday for when we're doing our very first Twitch subreddit watch.
Yep. If you have any memes or funny things, like it doesn't even need to be like NyanCave related. It can just be Ace Attorney related. It can be really related to anything that we're doing.
Yeah.
You can post that to Reddit and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I love what you guys do.
Yeah.
So
it's a cool way to give honor to you.
All right.
Need more handyman? Absolutely.
Yeah. If there's time, we can watch.
There's time. I'd love to. I'd love to.
It's always hard to gauge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See you soon.
Okay. We'll see you. Bye. I love you. Bye.
Bye.